We're live. Hello, everybody. I'm just going to turn my phone off just so there's one less device drawing on my Wi-Fi. So, hi. Oh, wow. 22 people are on already, 6 likes already, and people are already commenting. Wow. I hope the delay's not too bad tonight. So I want to just say a couple of words. The first one is if you're watching this and it's not 8 o'clock Eastern time on Halloween, then you're not catching the live event, you're catching the video. So I'm gonna actually start the mediumship. If you're here to see me work or to get a sample of my work, I'm gonna be starting it around the readings around maybe 10 after. So I'm gonna actually talk a little bit about Halloween and Samhain before we begin also. So that might be interesting. And for those that are here, please make sure, let me know that my sound is okay. I could see my videos pretty good. Also, I have a relatively new webcam. Hi, Mom. Hello. Hi, Sarah. Happy Halloween. Happy Samhain. Sound is great, Alyssa says. Thank you for coming. And I can hear you okay. And from the time that it took me to say that to to the responses, it looks like the delay is only about 5 or 6 seconds. So that's good. All right. So happy Samhain, happy Halloween. Thank you for everybody for joining me this evening. And what a night. I was just outside. I like to do tobacco offerings before I work or for a lot of things. So I was out and I was just catching the moon coming up over the eastern horizon. Oh my God, what a powerful moon. And I don't know about you guys, but I did not sleep last night. I've been kind of going on lunar energy and everything. So let me just see. Hi, Wendy. Hi. Uh, I can't even read. Oh my gosh. I'm getting my glasses next week. Thank goodness. Oh boy. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Pauline. And cool. So we have a pretty good group or already. People are coming and going, I see, but this is YouTube, so that's going to happen. But for those that are staying for the messages, thank you. So it's really, really powerful, really intense times. We know that. Now, today is obviously Halloween. We're also in Samhain, which is a Celtic holiday, one of the eight Celtic holidays or Sabbats. It's also El Dia de los Muertos, and tomorrow's All Saints Day or All Souls Day. So the long and the short of it is, yeah, thank you, Monica. This feels special. For anybody that's new that hasn't seen me before or hasn't joined before, just say hi. Let us know that you're there and where you're from. Also, we have people from all over the world that chime into these. So let us know where you're from as well. So hi, DS Spring. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Dance uh, with Studio Bayonne, New Jersey. Okay, I guess you're from Bayonne. Newburgh from Claudia. Raleigh, North Carolina, beautiful city. Um, Hello from Monticello, very nice. And Gardiner, New York. So you're all locals. Oh, we have somebody from the UK. Thank you, Nicole, for staying up till 1 a.m. to join us. I think it's 1 a.m. in the UK. I don't know. Washington State. So we have people from all over. That's typical. Right now, there's 11 thumbs up. There, oh, it went to 45, but there were 44 and 11. So I love the master numbers. So couple of not announcements, but tomorrow at 11 Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, right now it's 8 o'clock p.m. or 8:04 Eastern Daylight Time. So that's when I do tarot time. So I do like a little spread for the week because there's so much going on in the world. It's the Great Awakening. And as humanity goes through their awakening processes, there's a lot of struggles, there's a lot of strife, there's a lot of disagreement, discord, and duality. But that's all healing. So I decided a couple of weeks ago to do a little tarot forum at 11 a.m. on Sunday mornings, and it's a small group. Not everybody's on YouTube on a Sunday morning. Obviously these things get loaded to video after the live event is done, but Uh, but during those, I do a little spread for the week, and then I will also maybe do a little bit of a little mini tarot tutor for people that read tarot or are learning. So I do that only about a half hour or so. We're going to be on today anywhere, about an hour to maybe an hour and 10 minutes. Sometimes it's just, a matter of how much energy I have. And I've been a busy medium. Mediumship gets very popular this time of year. So I had a group of about about 30 last night on Zoom. And then I had a group with George Curry and Sarah Sachs, who are excellent mediums. And then November 17th, I have another one on Zoom with Susan, the Spicy Psychic from Long Island, that a lot of you know who she is also. So we have Delmar, Troy, Brooklyn, Catskill. I used to live in Catskill, Saugerties. I'm in Phoenicia, actually, Hillside, New York, Bayonne. And the Berkshires, I love the Berkshires, and Palinville, which is really Sleepy Hollow. That's the true Sleepy Hollow, is Palinville, not Terrytown, by the way, for those that don't know that. So hello from Sleepy Hollow. And you can't see my shirt, but I'm decked out for Halloween too. Woo! So we're gonna have fun tonight. Now it's Samhain, Halloween. Samhain is when we honor endings. It's the Celtic New Year. And a lot of cultures in the Northern Hemisphere, from the Native Americans to Russia to a lot of different places in the Northern Hemisphere, celebrate this time as the time we honor the ancestors, we honor the afterlife, we honor death and dying, because we understand that death is a natural part of life. It's nothing to fear. In fact, the more we can embrace our own process, or the understanding that one day that we'll die, the better we're going to be able to live our lives also. So, for those of you that know me, I say this quite frequently: when you lose the fear of dying, you lose the fear of living. So around this time of year, the leaves are coming off the trees, the plants are dying, the last harvest is ending. So this is when we honor endings. And to the Celtics and to the Celts, I guess you would call them, and a lot of indigenous cultures, for that matter, they see death as the true beginning, not birth, but death, because all life comes from death. And as all the leaves fall, they're going to turn into soil, and they're going to get absorbed into the roots in the spring, and they're going to turn into trees and flowers. So this is the time to honor endings. And if you want to do like a little, say, ceremony or a little ritual, when you're done, just honor Samhain and Halloween and the Day of the Dead and all the other celebrations. One thing that I like to do, I like to have an outdoor fire, but that's not happening. But I'll light a candle, then I'll write everything down that I wish to complete in my life. What do I want to end? Maybe I want to end things like self-sabotage or being tentative, or whatever it is. And you just kind of write that down on paper, everything that you're going to end on this new year. And then you connect to spirit or God or great spirit, and you thank everything you're ending. You thank all your challenges, everything that's been hard in your life, for all you've learned from that, because we learn from our challenges. We grow through challenge. We are having physical lives to learn from everything that's about a physical life, and we learn more from the challenges and the things that may upset us, or the things that went wrong according to our egos or our personal minds. So we write that all down and thank it for all that we learned, and thank spirit for all we learned, and then burn it. So you probably won't have a fire, so maybe take it outside, get your little lighter and burn it, and then come in and then just say, what new things are you going to attract into your life? So what new things are you going to attract into your life? You're starting now and going into 2021. 2020 has been a very tough year, obviously. I do yearly forecasts, and I was going in, and I was just, I didn't really pick up on this. I knew something was happening in 2020. And I was wondering, why is everybody showing like challenges around April and May? And I didn't really put two and two together, but people that got yearly forecasts from me could look back and kind of see that, oh, we have somebody from Oregon. I love it. and High Point, North Carolina. I'll have to go visit you, Sarah. I love the Carolinas, and Staten Island. Very good. So one other thing, we're going to do a little contest tonight also. And the winner, I'm just going to do one winner tonight. It's going to get a free half-hour reading with me. And I did not announce this for a reason. So you guys know that are here. This is not to like promote this event or promote myself. This is an appreciation for you taking your time out of your Halloween to be here with us this evening. So there's a little bit of a riddle. Well, not a riddle, just something to guess. And the first person that gets the right answer is going to win the reading. So I don't know if Heather's on, but I'll remember who you are. So we have a Bayside. Hi, Susan. Okay. So the question is, how many black cats has Adam owned? Or let me rephrase that. How many black cats have owned Adam in his lifetime? And I'll give you two hints. It's a number less than 13 is hint number one, and it's not 0. So it's somewhere between 1 and 12. So the first person that gets it, and I'm looking, no, all knows. You guys, yes, Chris Murphy. Chris, you won another reading? Oh, I can't believe it. Chris just won herself a second reading. She won on my birthday. I've owned 2 black cats in my life. One was named Scabby, one was named Zero. I mean, they've owned me. I've had other cats. I've had Siamese. I've had mixed breeds. I've had all kinds of cats and a few dogs also. So we had our winner. That was Chris. Yeah, Chris is the one that said, "Oh, I'm not psychic." No, she just has won 2 contests in a row. So, Chris, that never expires, by the way. And honestly, I can't think of anybody more deserving than yourself for this. I have a feeling your husband is is playing a hand in this. I really do. So we're going to get started with the readings now. So there's a couple of ground rules. Number one, since I'm looking at the comment thread, I've got probably out of almost 60 people, I probably have about 7, 8, or 9, personal clients. So if I'm getting a message from somebody I know, I'm going to let everybody know, because to me, it's important to be in integrity, because, mediumship and psychic, readings is a very unregulated profession. And I feel like those of us that do that really need to be in our highest level of integrity for this to, for this to be good for everybody. So we already got the answer. It was 2. You say, I thought you said hats. Sorry, Teresa. I said cats. It's Halloween. I said black cats. Okay. All right. I know I don't have the best speaking voice. It's gotten better since I've been doing videos. Trust me, it's gotten a lot better. All right. So that's ground rule number 1. Ground rule number 2 is anybody that died can come through, whether they passed yesterday or 70 or 80 years ago. They can come through. And I do a lot of sessions. I have a teacher named Sharon Klingler, and I won't say to you what she often said. Maybe I shouldn't even, you know what, I'm going to leave that out. I don't want to say anything about anybody. But the point is that anybody that's passed on can come through. Try to leave expectations at the door and be welcoming to everybody. Say your little prayers that your loved ones come in. I mean, these are going to be short greetings, not really readings, because we're up to 59 people now, so we're going to try to keep the messages short. Sometimes I'll try to pull off the spirits and they'll pull me right back to you. That'll happen. So I like to be specific. We call this evidential mediumship because we like to get a lot of evidence. So if I get any names, initials, dates, which I usually do, be mindful of the living also, because if I get the name like Dale, probably somebody has a Dale because that name popped up in my mind. But if I get a name, it could be who they are, but it could be who they're with or who's here in the living. So you have to be sort of open to that. Same thing if I get any appearances or dates. Sometimes it's just months. It's not always complete dates, but sometimes it's complete dates. and I hope you connect with the ancestors. Yes, Teresa's saying stop. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm kind of losing the. Are you using the camera? Yes, I am. And thank you for my birthday present. I am using the camera. And if you look back in my earlier stuff, it's a lot clearer. Could I have all I have on is a ring light right now, and it's only set to medium. And if I didn't have this camera, I'd be a complete blur because um the the MacBook still, the 2020 MacBook still have 2011 cameras in it for some reason. So all right. So what else? I know we need to move on. Yeah, and they will piggyback. Like, in other words, because there's a lot of people, the spirit sometimes, if I get one reference and another spirit has the same, for example, one time I got the name Tessa for a group of 12 people, and a condition in the head, and 4 of them raised their hand. So 4 out of 12 people knew somebody named Tessa that died of something head related. And I was 50 at the time. Yeah, I'm a lot older than that now, and I've never known a Tess in my whole life, so that tends to happen. It's Vishy's with you also. Thank you for coming in. Um, all right. So that will happen, and as I get the information, I'll try to get at least 4 or 5 bits of evidence. So it's not going to be like I got the name John with a heart attack, and then 20 people are going to claim it. So I'm going to try to get more evidence, and with that, I'll try to narrow it down. But what I wanted to say is, if I'm talking to somebody, and this sounds like this may be for you also, it probably is, because another spirit is probably giving me information at the same time for you. It's like an economy of motion in mediumship, basically, is kind of how I look at it, because they want to get to as many people as possible. So that's basically it. And anything else that I need to say, I'll say along the way. Just to know, this is an act of love. It's an act of joy. It's joyful reunions. Yeah, there's no sadness on the other side. There's no pain. And by calling on your loved ones, you're not disturbing them, or there's nothing negative. I've been doing this like 20 years now, and I've never had a bad spirit come through, and I never will, because I spend basically 24 hours per day keeping my vibration at a high level. Like mediumship is my spiritual path, and I'm working spiritually, like always. So I keep a high vibration. I let them come very, very close to me, and 5 minutes behind. 5 minutes behind. That's odd. Yeah, I hopefully it's not 5 minutes behind, because that's going to make it very difficult to do the messages. I think we're just a few seconds behind. But in any event, I'm just going to do a prayer. Let's do it, because it's almost 20 after. Let's do this. So, dear Mother, Father, God, we thank you for your love and presence always. And thank you for keeping us safe during such a challenging time. And we ask you to please be with us, to help us to make amazing connections with those in the spirit world today. And thank you for all of our blessings always. And amen, and shalom, and ciao, namaste, aloha. I don't know if I missed somebody. I apologize. And it's interesting. I feel like I don't know why, and I'll see when I get to this. I'm getting the image of coconuts for some reason. I don't know if we have anybody, other than Heather, if she's on, if anybody's in Hawaii or something with coconuts, but like splitting like open a whole coconut, I want to say as well. So I want to see who's coming through. I want to say either somebody coming through, there was a hair cutter, or the name Barber would make sense, because for some reason I'm hearing Barber in my mind. So I think there's a reference to that. Either there's somebody that does hair, either coming through or in the family. And as I tap into this, I also feel like the name Charlie is important. That may not be the spirit's name, but I feel like there's a Charlie or Carly. I do get the presence of a male figure, not too tall. I feel like he was almost completely bald at one time, or shaved his head. I feel like I'm going into relatively old age, but maybe not super old. So I feel like I may be going into like like late 60s to maybe 80 at the most with that. Um, I want to know if my ancestors made the cemetery. They definitely did. Yes, they definitely did. So I'm going to see firstly if anybody is taking this. Um, and somebody's saying to please, if I refresh the page, it might do something with the delay, but I'm a little bit worried to do that because I don't want to lose the whole thing. Um, my uncle owned a barber shop, so that wasn't bad. That might have been 10-second delay. That's not bad. I may be with your uncle, and when he steps in, I feel like laughing. And somebody saying that their poppy was bald, and Charles is in my family. My mom's name is Barbara. That works also for me. And cousin Carly, he died when he was 86. I have a feel. Yeah, listen, Teresa, but I may be with Jen right now as well. I do know the man that's coming. Firstly, as soon as he comes in, I almost get a feeling of choking. I want to say, and I don't know if it's somebody that had like fluids in his lungs. I want to say, usually that's congestive heart failure or choked. I want to say as well. But I get that feeling. But I feel like it was somebody hysterical. Like when he steps in, I really want to laugh. And I feel like he's saying, and I think this is for Jen. I don't know if you've been very serious or planning things out. I want to say, and I feel like to say that I don't know if you've been putting off a trip because of the pandemic or something like that. But I feel like I want to say to please to plan things, and for some reason I want to go to Colorado or that area. So there may be a reference to traveling there or relatives there. But I feel like to say that you're doing okay, not to really second guess yourself so much, and that your mom or a mother figure may be a little bit in need or needy. Now, I'm also getting a reference to either the name Virginia or the state Virginia, but Virginia popped in as well. And I think this is all for Jen, um, but I'll see because there is a delay, so I'll see when she comes in that. Uh, Perhaps because I've been working so much. Yeah, I feel like this is for Jen. So Virginia doesn't ring a bell yet. Okay. But I think it's the name, not the state. Like Virginia, sometimes Virginians go by Ginny. So I may be doing this quick. I may bounce from one person to another. But I feel like there, with Jen, specifically with Jen, I feel like there's a celebration around now, maybe going into the first or second week of November. So that might be an anniversary or birthday that I want to say. But I feel like I want to go into that for celebration. And I feel like I want to acknowledge a younger male that's in the living. I think the name Michael is also going to tie into this energy as well. My very best friend is from Colorado, and I haven't seen her in a very long time. Yeah. So that might be where they're talking about planning a trip or to do that as well. And I'm wondering if your very best friend has the Virginia connection, but you can check with that later on. Mark, Michael, I can make that mistake, especially with all this technology around me. So he's supposed to be married this summer. That would be why they're saying that. I still think he'll be able to get married this summer. I want to say also as well. So I'm going to switch out of that, and I feel like I want to look at somebody's who I feel like there's a grandmother energy with me. I feel like there's an Easter connection with that. I feel like there's a reference to living around a pond or water that had like either lily pads or water lotuses in it, I want to say. And I feel like this would be a place where I would go to get a little bit of fresh air and to refresh myself. I feel like the name Susan is going to be linked into this either in the living or on the other side, I want to say. And I feel like there's some connection to somebody that builds or works on houses. And the person that's going to take this is clairaudient. In other words, and I want to say she. So in other words, she's been hearing their loved ones, I want to say as well. I wonder if this ties in with Sarah at all, because Susan, Sarah, but I wonder if that ties in at all. My brother's Mark. Okay. Vicky, do you have this Virginia connection? Oh, she's here right now. Okay. Yes, we are hoping. Thank you very much. You're welcome. That's me. Hi, Nikki. How are you? And welcome. So why is this you? You can take what I'm saying. Is that why this you? Susan is my aunt. My grandma is the one. and somebody has that little pond around the lily pad. I feel like somebody's fishing in it also. So I think that there's a fisherman there as well. Now, I feel like I'm opening the Bible also. So I feel like I've got somebody that would have read from the Bible as well. I can see it as clear as day. So I know this is going to connect, and it's going to connect with Nikki, I want to say as well. And hi, Ariel. And this is so exciting. Thank you very much. Yes. So, yeah, very good. You're most welcome. I hope you're taking what I'm saying and not just saying thank you. But I definitely feel like she's with you now. I feel like I want to talk about like either living 100 years or celebrating an 100th birthday, even if the person's deceased recently or deceased at all. But I feel like I want to talk about the 100th birthday as well. So I think there may be somebody that has very well, there is no delay. I like that there being absolutely no delay. That's beautiful. Because the first time I did this, there was like a 15-second delay, and I wound up just doing 2 or 3 contacts and waiting for people to take them as well. So I'm going to see if Nikki is getting all this. If not, then I pulled out of her energy. I might have pulled into your energy, and if you were reading the Bible as well. And like I said, we're going to get a lot of piggybacking. There's 60 people. We want to get to as many people. And like I was saying in the beginning, even if I'm not talking directly to you, if you start recognizing what I'm saying, probably your loved one is probably trying to come in as well. So, oh, Sandy can take just about everything. Cool. So I feel like to say lots of love, and I feel like I want to say also that it's like the birthday, like it's your birthday. Nothing else rings a bell, but I know that my grandmother has been trying. I think that I, basically that I got like a little quick hit on your people, and I think I got pulled over to somebody else. And I know this other connection. There's somebody that fishes. That's you're prominent, I want to say. And I feel like one of the places they would fish would be a pond. It would be there wouldn't be trees, except in the background. So it might be marshy. Maybe that's why there's no trees. And I feel like I get up early and I feel like I have a cowboy hat on. It's like a Texas connection, I think. So there may be somebody that's from Texas also, or that part of the world that's connected to that. And 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 I feel like these people are trying to say hi. So I'm going to switch energies a little bit because I feel like somebody's brother is coming in as well, and I feel like this would be either there's 2 brothers. Could I get the image of you know what? This may be something else, but I want to say either I'm going to be going to somebody that has 2 sons, and maybe one passed on. And I think the younger one, not the older one, or 2 brothers. But I get the image of the picture when they're young, like maybe like 5 and 3, something like that. I'm getting the image of the picture when they're very young like that as well. I was asking for a name and Thomas just popped right in. So I think there's a Tom. Sometimes I can get Thomas and Tony confused, but I think there's a Tom. I go back to the Bible reference. So I may be going back to the person who told me, who wrote in the comment stream that she read from the Bible today. I feel like there's a very strong grandmother with that as well, who would have I have 2 grandsons, 3 and 4. Thank you. Okay. And they're both living. So we don't have to worry about a younger person that passed on as well. I mean, there may be somebody younger that passed on, but I think this is a grandmother figure or an older lady that comes through. I feel like she watches out for the children, I want to say as well. My grandmother was, your grandmother was a Thomas? Really? Wow. I didn't know Thomases were, came in females, but okay. This may be your grandmother coming through as well. I'm wondering if Anne can take Tom or Tony as well. But we'll say a quick hi from your grandmother, Trish, I want to say as well. And I feel like the person last name. Okay, got you. All right, so let me just see. I get the image of like either knitting or crocheting, and I'm making something long, like scarves, I want to say, or maybe even blankets, I want to say as well. And I feel like I like to do this kind of in my spare time. I feel like I like to do this in the evening, to have like the TV on kind of low, and just sort of just relax and do this while I'm watching the TV as well. And I do feel like okay, so Anne doesn't who know who Tom is, but I may switch over to Trisha's energy. But I feel like I don't know if the grandmother smoked, but I know they were smoking in the house because I could smell the smoke, I want to say as well. And I feel like I'm with a woman who is fairly routine oriented. I feel like she experienced her husband going off to war, I want to say. So we're going back. We might even be, if this is for somebody younger, we might even be going to great grandparents, because I feel like going to war in Europe in World War II, I want to say. But husband did come home, I want to say as well. And I feel like she would just pray every night, for her safety, and would make his favorite dishes, just to kind of feel like he's still with me, I want to say as well. I feel like this woman had at least one son, and I think a daughter also, or two sons, one or the other as well. All right, so I'm going to see if anybody can take that, because that's a lot of specific information. Only one person should know what I'm talking about with all of that as well. She did this, and it's something I do now. Okay, so I still might be with you, Trish, if you're understanding that. So I feel like the person that's coming through, I don't know if you've been a little bit nervous or anxious, like yeah, who hasn't? But you talked about stomach tied up in knots, like that's an expression I want to say as well. For some reason, they just popped the image of a lawnmower in my mind. So I feel like perhaps the grandfather, great grandfather, or maybe, I don't think she mowed the lawn, I want to say as well. But now I'm seeing the image of like a vampire with the teeth. So I think they really like the Halloween and the Halloween directions also. I think that's something that you do actually in the living, I want to say as well. And I feel like this grandmother shows up for breakfast a lot. And I don't know if you would understand that she would have been like over in the mornings a lot, or you would visit her. I think it's more like you visiting her or the family visiting her. So I don't think that we live that far away, I want to say. I really feel like she's just happy to just say that again, I'm they animate me. There's a word for that, automation. And I really feel like I'm knitting. It's kind of, that's, you can't see me, but I'm kind of doing that. So I really feel like that they're knitting as well. Um, and so forth and so on. This sounds familiar to me. So I may have switched over there, but hi Jesse, hi Denise. My grandma was crocheting. Jill, all right. So I'm looking for the person that can take virtually everything. I mean, you don't know every single thing about your loved ones, and I am human, so I can make errors, but I'm looking for who can take everything, I want to say. The husband went to war in World War II, but came back. She would read from the Bible. She would pray every day. She would make her husband's favorite foods, just in anticipation. I feel like he's gone about 2 years because the number 2 came in. There's a lot of smoking with that also. This should all fit. I think there's a name like Pam, Pat, Pam, a P name connected to that also as well. Oh, your grandpa? Yeah, I may switch over to you, Denise, if you can take virtually everything. And yeah, I know a lot of people crochet, so so I'm looking for who can take it all. If I just was to put out to a group of now 65 people, oh, I've got somebody that's crocheting, and I have 30 people like in the comment stream. So I want to look who can take that. But I feel I feel warm on Denise. But for some reason I also feel warm on Trisha. So or Trish, I mean. So I may be getting both of you, but I may have switched there. Now, focusing on Denise. So I'm going to try to do this in a slightly different style. Somebody's with me that's with you that had liver problems, because I'm really feeling that in this part of the body, I want to say as well. Grandma read Bible and knitted. Yeah. I think I've switched over to Denise. Do you know who passes something either liver related or lower lungs on the right side? I keep feeling this. This may be the grandfather rather than the grandmother. I feel like that they're together, I want to say as well. But I feel like the grandfather also had heart issues because I'm talking about that. So she's saying grandpa, so she understands that. So I feel like that they're together. So let me see what message that you have. Well, they go back to the boats, and to me, this is about uncharted water. I feel like you're going to get a good, like either job related opportunity or money related. I want to say, I feel like somebody may be looking around property unless there's a realtor in the family, but I feel like I'm kind of looking at maybe not moving immediately, but looking at the prospects to like buy a home or to relocate or to buy a second home. But I want to take that in a southerly direction, I want to say also as well. I feel like that you're saying that you're doing good, but that you're very sensitive. You feel like a lot of the stress of the energy around, I want to say as well. Now, this may means something, it may not, but they just put the image of a brass instrument in my mind. It looks like a French horn to me, I want to say as well. And there may have been a reference to a marching band or somebody that literally played a French horn or a brass instrument. I'll say relocating, yes, stress, yes, okay. We're looking, yes, fishing. So Denise understands all this. I don't know if she got the French horn reference yet, but she understands all this. So lots of love for your loved ones. I'm gonna pull out into somebody else's energy as well. I feel like your Ram, hey Dana, I feel like your Ram also talked about you being a breath of fresh air, and that you really have to. Yes, horn, excellent, perfect. And I feel like they're saying you're a breath of fresh air, and you're doing a good job keeping the troops in line. This sounds like the war man coming through as well. I think he got decorated because I'm seeing a medal also as well, and there's wings. I don't know if your grandfather ever flew also, but there's a medal with wings on it. It may be something else because I'm not military, so I don't know what the different like awards look like, but I think he got decorated for service also and would have been very proud of it as well. So very good. So lots of love, from your loved ones, and you're welcome, Kathy and Sarah. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, I lost two, so we're at 64. Able to finally sign in. Hello, Bonnie. Two Bonnies were finally able to sign in. Bonnie Bond and Bonnie Ecker. So to the two Bonnies. All right. So let me just clear my mind. You know what? I didn't bring water with me. Darn it. Oh, well. That's my magic elixir, is drinking a little bit of water. So I need to talk to the person that lost a baby, not a miscarriage, but a baby. It may have been stillborn, may have lived like a week or two. I think I'm more likely stillborn or died pretty recently. So I feel like I want to go to the person that has that experience. Where I'm going, the name, I think Allison or Alex, but an AL name is going to fit. Let's see, that might be your name. It may be, who's ever coming through. Because I do feel like there's a mother figure on the other side also. I feel like I want to go to the number 65. So I feel like I'm with somebody that passed at age 65 or would be 65 and has your baby, or whoever lost the baby in the family has your baby. I want to say, I can't tell if it's boy or girl, but since there's no hair, that's probably a girl, because it's funny that the girls tend to be bald more than the boys, I want to say as well. He's saying go get water. I don't want to break this. I lost a baby right after, but no Alex, no Allison. Well, you're Anne, you're an A name, and it's a girl. You know what? I can be a little bit off on names, especially in this type of a format that's a little bit confusing. But a girl, I think that I'm with you. So I feel like that. So what does 65 mean to you? Is that 1965? Does somebody pass the 65? I'm going to put that out to you as well. And I feel like there's a male figure that smokes also. And I feel like he would have been well dressed. I mean, unless I'm describing somebody in the living, but I feel well dressed. I feel like a smoker. I feel trim person, not real big in the body, I want to say as well. And he kind of shows up younger. And I almost want to put that in a father's vibration. It could even be a brother's vibration. I'm not really sure with that as well. And I feel like with your deceased people, that somebody either passive congestive heart failure, I want to say, or had lung and heart problems, both, because that's congestive heart failure is a heart condition, but it causes the lungs to fill up with film. My brother-in-law, perhaps, he loved to dress nice. Is your brother-in-law still in the living? That would be my question. And Teresa's mother was 65. My daughter was Kimberly. So, I may be getting with both of you. He passed. So I think, yeah, brother-in-law. Okay, that's, it's interesting how they work, because I don't know anything until I get feedback. When I'm saying father, that's when I heard brother in my mind. In-law and step are two words I don't hear when I do mediumship, by the way. So I think your brother-in-law is here. I feel like he's happy that he got my attention. I feel like he's got a little bit of a sense of humor, and I feel like in a joking way he's talking about himself being sick in the head. That was kind of the expression that I'm using, but he wasn't. But I think he had that kind of a sense of humor as well. I kind of get the feeling, like, I don't know exactly how he passed, but it feels like there's something with toxins in the body, like something like not in good health, or having like chronic illness and a lot of medications or drugs or something like that. And I think this goes to your other-in-law. So he passed away of cancer, had spread everywhere. He smoked a lot. We were close friends, and I'm close to his wife. Definitely loves to joke all the time. Yeah, I think I'm still with Anne, but Jesse, listen also as well. Um, Cancer that spread everywhere. He smoked a lot. I have a feeling Jesse's dad is here. I don't know if he was kind of a bigger guy, but he's got a big presence, I want to say, as well. And he's kind of like the kind of father that may not always say a lot, but his word would have been law, is the feeling that I get. If I'm with your dad, he would have had that kind of personality, very commanding, but not necessarily the type that's going to like yell a lot or punish you a lot, that kind of a thing. So if you recognize that, quick hello from Dad. I'd still feel like I'm with Anne, and take a moment to get some water. We are okay waiting for you. All right. And then my dad died at 65 from emphysema. Yes. Oh, it's a different Anne. I see why I'm confused. Okay. It's a different Anne's dad came in. Yes. And he died of cancer. So I may be getting the two Annes coming through the same time. Lots of med at the end. So, and that's your brother-in-law, right? So that's his way of saying he recognized that. He's free of that, I want to say also as well. He's free. And Jesse's saying spot on. Thank you. Very kind-hearted, kind of chunky. Yeah, he's kind of a bigger guy. Yeah. Yes, brother-in-law. Yes. All right. So all three of them are saying hi to their prospective people. So I'm going to take the advice. Oh, you know what? I do have water. I just took it off of my table because water and electronics have a way of not mixing. And on Halloween, I'm not taking any chances. This is my magical formula here. So I do know, in this group where we're back up to 66 people, I do know that there is a sister figure that passed. Either your sister crossed over, sister-in-law, very, very close cousin, or a best friend that was like a sister figure. I feel like there's either a name like Trish or Trixie. I mean, it may not be the spirit's name, but I feel like there's a name like that. And you're welcome, Emily. My pleasure. Trixie, Trish, something like that as well. I feel like the name might go to an older person though that she's with, or to say hi to as well. I do know the person that I'm with either loved the movies, or maybe she even acted or had some connection with that, or knew a lot about movies, or somebody in the family does. I feel like the person that I'm with, because I'm noticing that my voice dropped a little bit. So I feel like I have somebody that would have been a little bit depressed in life, I want to say. a little bit downtrodden a lot. I think it's just kind of sort of a personality thing. But I think this is all gonna kind of fit in. So hi okay. So I mean, I know there's a little delay, so nobody understands this lady. I do feel like I've got blonde hair, maybe reddish hair. Um, I mean, I could be describing somebody in the living. I think there's a Paula. I think there's a P name connected to this also. I wonder if it's Patricia, Trish, if that's what it is. But I feel like blonde hair. I feel like we would sometimes keep it braided on the sides, like in two braids also. I'm talking. I think this is more reddish hair, than blonde hair. And again, that could be the person in the living or the one that's deceased. But I know this is somebody that's trying to reach out. I feel like I've got somebody again, like taller, like maybe 5'8", 5'9", but kind of a thinner build. I want to say as well. Um, so I'm describing you, Trish. Okay. Do you have a good friend or somebody that passed on that would be like a sister figure? You're not that tall though. Okay. If you're on the thinner side, I can get the size perspective a little bit off. There's blonde hair in a braid right now. I don't feel like I'm with Trish right now, but Jill maybe. But for this to work, because the person that's coming through would be close to your age, maybe in her 30s, I want to say. I want to go mid 30s. I feel like somebody had arthritis that somehow connected also as well. So far as nobody's taking this, but that's okay. I may, if not, I may move on to my next contact, and somebody may jump on it. I don't have a close friend or sister though that passed. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think I found my contact for this one yet. I think we have to go back a number of years, I want to say. And I think I have to go back to number 9, like horrible arthritis, his knuckles. I'm wondering, Jesse, if your dad's still here, but I don't know if you'd understand his sister-in-law, a good friend that passed on. Um, um, but I have a feeling I haven't found that one yet. But the energy's pretty close to me. I know she's here. I feel like this lady would have been somewhat athletic also, I want to say. Well, it's Patricia. I had a blonde hair, but now I'm auburn. She's 5'7". My mom and I were close. She had arthritis. I could be with you, Ellen, and if so, if this is your mom, you would have thought of your mom as like your best friend, and she would have treated you more like a friend than a daughter. Sometimes they'll do it that way also as well. So if you can understand that, that could be for you as well. Uh, no, it's not mom's sister. No, I feel like I may be with Ellen's mom though. She was 5'7". Close. She had arthritis. Yeah, that arthritis really struck me really, really hard. Yeah. Um, so I'm gonna go with this. Some reason I don't know if 70s. I don't feel like I'm with somebody that was super old. I'll put it that way as well. And your mom was Patricia. Yeah, that would make sense. Trish Patricia. Yeah. Um, yeah, she was like a best friend, but she wasn't athletic. Her birthday's today. Thank you. That's why she's coming through. Now, were you athletic? Could I get something about a younger woman being athletic? I don't know if it's team sports or running. I want to say as well. I think you're the Ellen that has the person that died in the motorcycle. No, could all of a sudden somebody pulled up on a motorcycle? And if so, this would be an example of somebody I've done a reading for where the spirit is showing up. But I feel like he's saying, I'm just here to say hi. And then he's kind of passing on. But I feel like he's letting mom come through. And happy birthday. Today's the day that my mom passed. So today's my mom's birthday to the spirit world. But I definitely feel like she's here. 72, I can take that for 70. That's only 2 years off. Nope, not at all. LOL. Okay, I don't even know what she's LOL. Yes, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Right. All right. If that's the only thing that doesn't make sense, I'll still take that. but I feel like she wants to say hi to a younger female that tend to be very active in athletics. If you understand that as maybe a niece or a cousin, she would be very linked in with that energy as well. Let me see what she has to say. So I feel like she's talking about you. I don't know if you've been more inclined to meditate and journal and stuff like that. But I get this feeling of like journaling, or writing stuff down. I feel like she's talking about like crossing T's and dotting I's, like that expression comes up. So I feel like, especially with Mercury retrograde, to be very precise and specific about your about your words or the words that you use, and to make sure people understand and and stuff like that as well. Um, and I'm gonna just say lots of love for mom. I feel like she's very much watching over you. I want to say, and I feel like she's with you eating a salad right now. So I mean, and then I feel like I'm looking at homemade dressing also as well, with like peppercorns as well. I don't know if this makes sense, or pepper, but I feel like I'm being shown that, unless that's for you, something that you're having for dinner. But I feel like saying that. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think she's trying to acknowledge her, your nieces, which would be her grandchildren. I want to say as well. So happy heavenly birthday! Thank you, everybody. Yes. Um. So lots of love from her. All right. I'm pulling back. So I think yeah, I know Patricia and Paul are close. I think there's a name like Paul also. I don't know if that's connected to you, Ellen, or connected to I can eat a lot of salad. Yes, yes. So I don't know if you do your own dressing, but I get that image also as well. So lots of love. Yes. All right. So more water. I need my magic elixir. So as I was doing that, the name Jennifer popped in, but I think this is going to be for a different Jennifer than the first Jen that I talked about as well. All right, so I know I need a little more information than that. Um, so I get the image of boarding up a house also as well. And I'm wondering if I'm tapping into somebody that lived around the Gulf Coast or Florida, because they've been so hard hit with the hurricanes now. I do feel like there's a lady that steps through, or somebody, I think female, that either had a stroke or like an aneurysm, something that would affect the side of the head. I don't feel like she would have passed immediately from this, but I feel like it would have affected her life. Something about blonde hair again. So I think there's a blonde connected to this. I do feel like this would be somebody that lived to 80 or into her 80s. I get the image of somebody that's short but not tiny, that tended to keep her hair on the shorter side, and and she might even have been younger than that, because I'm seeing younger as well. I may have two women coming through at the same time, but this gives me the feeling of, like, again, around the Gulf, maybe Florida. I mean, I know a lot of people move there in that area, so I think that there'd be some ties there. One of the areas that may have been in one of the cones of the seven hurricanes that affected the Gulf Coast in Florida this year, I want to say as well. Um, so yeah, there's definitely a little bit of a delay, since nobody's responding yet. Um, Let me just take a deep breath. So the number 8 popped in also. So there's probably a very strong, I want to say August. It could be the 8th of the month, but I feel like I'm in August around the 23rd. It could be 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, I want to say. Because I have blonde hair, and my friend Jen's sister has a stroke. So I may be with you, Wendy. She lived in Vegas. I would definitely need that, because that image of boarding up like the windows of a house came in really strong. This would definitely be like somebody either that lived through a hurricane that was defining. I wonder if this is Florida, and I'm going back to Hurricane Andrew even, because that kind of popped up in my mind as well. Um, so I think that there was that connection to the person that I'm with, or something in the family as well. Um, had a stroke last week. Wow. So like I said, Nicole, if you're able to take that because Jen's. Now, is that Jen? Oh, Jen's sister. Because I was wondering if that was the name. Because Jens, I think that would be Jens, not Jen's. But I think you're saying Jen with an apostrophe. Yeah, Carla, my message. Something happened to the message. So I may be with Nicole unless somebody else gets this, and this may be going to Jen's family, so she may understand that as well. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. So if she, so if she had a stroke last week, I think that there's an older lady that may have had a similar experience that's watching out for her, making sure that she's okay. I want to say as well. So I'll leave that with you with a lot of love and light. So I'm going to look for one really good contact as well. Let me just clear my mind a second. So as soon as I'm doing that, I get the image of, like, I'm seeing a baseball field. I'm seeing the umpire, the catcher, I want to say. This feels like pro or semi-pro. I think I have a ball player with me that may have even been a professional or has some ties with professional baseball. I want to say as well. I do feel like the name Joe, like there's a J name connected to that also. So Joe, Joseph, Joan, but I feel like there's a J name connected to this. Carla, I feel like I may be with you with that last contact. So I don't know, with you, because I really wasn't completely warm on the other people, that came in. Her sister passed this year before her from Florida. She was 79, and if she was in southern Florida, I mean, there've been a few. I mean, there's Hurricane Charlie also, that was pretty devastating as well. But I think this person would have had this experience. So lots of love from her as well. Hi, Karen. Thanks for joining us. So I'm looking for the baseball player. I feel like I want to go out to like Arizona, Las Vegas. I feel like I'm in the West somewhere. So I think there's a connection, or maybe even California. But I feel like I've got that image, I want to say. And I feel like at the very least, this person would have known the ball players. He may have been a catcher, because I keep seeing a catcher. Then I'm hearing Yogi Berra in my mind, who's a famous catcher also. Nikki, your dad was a baseball player. Okay. And I don't know if and your dad was a catcher. Thank you very much. Now, Nikki, are you the Nikki in Texas? I'm sorry. Because that's not Arizona, but that's close enough. Austin, yeah. If you're the next Storm Sandy, okay. Yes. Yeah, yes, that's me. All right. So, and your dad was a catcher. Thank you. Your dad is saying hi. So who's Joe in the family? Or a common J name? I could get a John or Joe confused, but it's one of those very common short J names. My dad played in California. Thank you. Yes. John, thank you. Okay, so Nikki understands everything. So your dad is saying hello, and he's very much with you. And I've done readings for Nikki. I don't remember ever picking up on your father. If that's true, I'm really happy that I'm able to do that now for you. Because none of this sounds familiar to me. So if if you understand that, let us know. Because like I said, I want everything to be in integrity and on the level here as well. So Grant just passed. So I have a feeling your grandfather is here also. But is your dad still living? Is that what it is? And this is your grandfather tapping in. Either way, I feel like grandpa's like dad also. So I feel like he's here as well. I feel like as he comes through, he's almost like, thank goodness I left my body. So that would tell me he had some illness for quite a while, I want to say. But he's a tough man. I want to say grandpa's a tough old guy. I want to say as well. It's kind of like the Energizer Bunny, or the person that can get knocked down a million times in life and will get back and keep on fighting, I want to say as well. And Nikki saying all of this, that you are correct. John Yeah, Catcher's my dad, and your dad's living, right? So I think Grandpa's saying hi to Dad also, but that's a very specific way to get into your energy because even though we have 65 people, there's only one catcher, I'm pretty sure, as well. And oh, he passed also. So Dad's saying hi, and he has Grandpa also as well. I thought so, but I wanted to make sure. So in any event, I feel like they're all together. I feel like they're a lot of fun. I know we're talking about Texas and California, but all of a sudden I flashed on Chase Stadium. So so that somebody may have been from New York also, or been a Mets fan or something like that. Um, but they are right. So very good. So let me see what message we have for Nikki. I feel like say we like what you're doing with the house. The house feels new. So either you moved in relatively recently, or you've just kind of fixed it up, I want to say. And I feel like I'm looking at a specific room that's kind of like almost like this type of a living room that's more like rectangular than square, I want to say. That's got big picture windows, I want to say, like a big window in the side, and then maybe two smaller, big window in the center, maybe two smaller windows flanking, I want to say. I don't know if it's their house or it's your house. But at the same time, I get the image of flying a kite for some reason also. So that may just be childhood memories. I feel like if this is with your dad, I feel like he's got a good energy, he's a good father, but I feel like he's also talking about sorry that he wasn't always there or wasn't always with you. And if he could do it all over again, and again, not to take this the wrong way, because I don't feel like he abandoned his family or anything, but I feel like he would have shifted his priorities a little bit just to be more with you around that time. But having said that, I feel very close energy from him. I think it's more him just saying like like there would have been more connection. I really don't feel like you would take this in a negative way. Actually, I did. Yes, thank you. All right, so you understand the move and everything. So very good. Um, you just described. So this is Jane C. Looking at the full moon. Oh my God, the moon is so beautiful tonight. I mean, up here it's very cold, and when it's cold, the sky is usually clear. So I may pull off of energy. Uh, and a first time viewer. Thank you, Claire. So you let us know where you're from if you want to, and um, and then you guys, if you like what we're doing here, hit that little thumbs up because that's part of the YouTube algorithm to get more people to share this as well. Oh, somebody from Australia. Welcome. Yes, I have several clients in Australia too, as well, and Katona, New York. I know where Katona is also as well. So the person in it that has the room that I was just describing, that's probably their way of trying to pull me into your energy, and that's Jane. So hi, Jane. Let me see who we have for Jane. I feel like you have a father in spirit also. If it's not your dad, there's somebody father-like, I want to say, that's with me. I do feel like I get a reference to somebody that either worked out. That could be in the living also, but I'm seeing almost like a bench pressing or a weight set, I want to say as well. I mean, this may connect to a brother figure or a husband figure. It could be in the living as well. I do feel like I'm supposed to acknowledge just doing hair a little bit differently. And I feel like I want to talk about somebody that may tend to like make their hair crazy colors like purple or red or something like that. Again, that could be in the living, but I think this should all tie in the same energy. I think I'm looking at Jane. Yeah, your brother used to lift weights, yes, and I feel like, well, Angela, I'm right now. I'm in my home on High Street, so we're neighbors, Angela. Just to let you know. Um, So, and the moon is beautiful. So I don't know if Jane can take most of this or all of this or none of this, but in any, yes, my father, thank you. So she can, good. That's what I was looking for. So he's here as well. Honestly, it's getting a little later in my day. Let me see, what time is it? It's 9:05. No wonder. Yeah, I'm gonna maybe do one or two after this. I wanted to get a full hour of readings, and we started a little bit late. But I get the image of firing a gun, I want to say as well. So I don't know if this is for your dad or somebody in the living like to hunt or had a gun. But that image is pretty clear, I have to say as well. Um, there may also be a connection to law enforcement because I'm seeing like police uniform and handcuffs. Unless somebody in the family, you had to go through incarceration at one time also. But I feel like I'm supposed to mention that or reference that. I'm gonna look at the thread just to see if that's about my brother too, the gun. Okay, so I feel like your dad is really looking out for your brother. I want to say really looking out for him as well. And um, and again, I don't know if somebody has some connection to law enforcement, maybe incarceration, I have to say as well. But just to put this out there, this would be a validation and a reference, not a prediction, just to be clear about that as well. Um, you talk about my brother still with the law enforcement. Okay, so that you understand that. So let your brother know. I don't know if he believes in that stuff, but let him know that dad's watching out for him. So I don't know if he's been in a little bit of a. This is kind of funny. I'm gonna hold on one second. I want to finish one thought before going to another, but I feel like dad's just wanting to say he's got his eye on your brother. Again, I don't know if he's still in law enforcement, which is always a dangerous job, but he has a strong protector, I want to say as well. Because I feel like your dad's a very strong person, nice, I want to say, but it's kind of like the kind of person is like, I'm not going to let anything happen to my loved ones. He was that way in life. He's that way on the other side also as well. So the funny reference that may go for you or somebody else, I just got an image of Henry Winkler in my mind, better known as the Fonz. So I don't know if this is going back to Jane and that your brother had the leather jacket or that persona, or somebody's named Henry, or somebody has the last name Winkler. That was his name, right? The actor's name was Henry Winkler that played the Fonz. Um, hi, Sharon. Yes. Here. Hi, Adam. It's Bridget, also in New York. Um, but if I left you, yeah, I want to see if I can find somebody that can take that reference. I might have even been somebody that met Henry Winkler or something like that, or somebody that watched Happy Days all the time. But he has gotten in trouble with the law. Okay. Honestly, when he showed me the handcuffs, that's what I thought he was talking about. All right. Um, I just found out a bunch of leather jackets in his closet. Okay, very good. Wait a second, Jane, is your brother in the living? Because if he's not, he may be trying to come through, and I didn't even pick up on that. Dad was a Harley dude, lots of leather. All right. So your dad is the Fonz. Thank you. I mean, you know, um, I feel like he's showing that kind of a burly dude. My brother's alive. Okay, I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything. So again, that message Halsey was saying earlier that your dad is looking out for your brother. And I don't know if your dad was a drinker, if your brother was a drinker, but I want to say like the kind of drinker that would really shift personalities when they drink, like somebody that probably should not drink. I want to say as well. And Jane, this is right on for you. Gosh. Oh my! I wasn't aware that my computer would freaking start ringing in the middle of this, and I turned my phone off. And this must be another spirit. He is a wild guy. He has Asperger's. My brother's a huge drinker. It's really bad. Um, um, and yeah, so it's really So I think he undergoes the personality change. So this would be your dad's message. He's aware that he drinks, that he can get out of control when he drinks. He just doesn't want to see him get in trouble again because he's a really good guy. It's an addiction. I mean, some people can drink and be fine. I mean, some people can smoke weed or whatever. Other people will go into a very addictive pattern and behavior. So, yeah, well, he's aware of it now. I wouldn't say that he hates it. I feel like he's more protective about it, but he's got to make the decision. And honestly, I feel like he's saying he's really not ready to even listen to any of this stuff right now. So just know that Dad's looking out for him as well. So let me see if we can do one more. And again, as I was saying in the beginning, some of you may get references that even though I'm not talking directly, because if there's a parallel message for you, definitely take it, because that's how it works in a group this big. All right. So I feel like I want to go to the name Wendy. I don't know if Wendy Force is still on or if this is a Wendy on the other side, but I definitely want to go to the name Wendy. I want to say as well. I do feel like that might be the name of a spirit, like Wendy or Wanda, one of those names. It may be Wanda, but there's one of those W names that comes in. I want to say I do feel like this is an older lady on the other side. I have to say as well. I do feel like there would have been a lot going on in the chest. I think it's more heart related issues, but I feel like there may be two spirits because I almost feel like they're sisters actually. And I feel like one of them had like really bad like osteoporosis or a lot of tightness in the neck and in the shoulders and kind of hunched over a little bit. But a very proud lady. Cause I feel like she wouldn't go to doctors or wouldn't follow through on things, just could very proud. It's like, I can do this, I can handle this. I do know where I'm going. There's an artist in the family. The spirit that's coming through may have painted, because all of a sudden, unless somebody was named art, because I heard that rather than saw that. But I do know this is all connected. I do feel like there's a Helen or Ella name connected to this also as well. Take it, Carrie, my mother, Wendy Force. Yeah, okay, thank you, Wendy. And I've read, obviously, I know who Wendy is, but again, I don't think I get a lot of connections to your mom. So she's the one that had like osteoporosis, or because I feel like she's with another lady. I mean, I could be mistaken; it could be her mother, but I really feel like, you know what it is. Your mother may be here. Your Aunt Ellen. Aunt Helen, thank you. That would be either her sister or sister-in-law. And like I said, I don't hear in-laws, so either way, it's fine as well. And so I definitely feel like he's here again. I don't know if it's your mom or your aunt. But I feel like I have a pretty stubborn lady, very stoic, and wouldn't really, always get the help that she needed. And I feel like she'd be like, oh, I'll take some aspirin and I'll be okay. I'm gonna say as well, but I feel like she's got that kind of no heart. Oh, so she didn't have a heart issue. You're saying, okay, that's fine. Because that wasn't real strong with me as well. During pandemic, yes, I am, and probably, I mean, I'm really doing this as a labor of love, but I shouldn't ignore the fact that I need to self promote a little bit also. And yes, I do readings by Zoom. I do readings in Kingston. Until the COVID numbers go up, I'm keeping my with some precautionary measures. I'm keeping my office open. And if you're interested in more of what I do, my website is atombetweentheworlds.com. Can I write a message? I don't know. I'll when I finish up, I'll put it in the live chat for you. So let me finish up with this, because I still feel like I'm with Wendy. I'm still feeling my heart, but I think that goes to a male figure that she's with. I want to say this feels like a heart attack, to be a little bit more specific, since one out of I think 3 people die from heart-related illness. But I think this is all for Wendy, I want to say as well. So I don't know if you have a specific question. I don't know if it's about you or your son, but I feel like you're saying no to something. I think it's more around your son. I forgot his name. Something no about something he may be planning or something he's not quite ready for. Just tell him to be patient, if that makes any sense, I want to say as well. But I definitely feel like your mom is here. She kind of has a toughness about her, but I feel like he's saying she's tough because she had to be, not that she was a tough lady, if that makes sense. And father, okay, thank you. So your mom and your dad are together, and yes, it does. Thank you. So I feel like she's trying to help you, and I feel like saying you're very intuitive. You're getting more messages now, but you don't always trust it, because it's not like even when I do this work, sometimes it's very subtle, and I just trust spirit, even if it's not a real strong image, I want to say as well. But I feel like he's around your son a lot. I feel like he's kind of saying, I don't know if he's been a little bit I mean, the word explosive comes up, so I don't know if he's been displaying a little bit of temper or frustration. But I feel like when that happens, not to let yourself get triggered, but just kind of say something like, I'll talk to you later. Just take a couple of deep breaths, or just try to help them diffuse it that way as well. Um, and I feel like he's saying, because I think it's a freedom issue, and I feel like your mom is saying, you also have to tell him, you have to work for something. And I feel like in some ways your son is very patient, and in other ways it's like it has to happen yesterday. And for some reason I'm seeing something with a little line and little lines going through. I don't know if he's doing anything with like voice or recording or video or anything like that, but it almost looks like the screen, like when you edit things, I want to say as well. So I mean, I forgot what he does or what he's in school for, um, but I feel and I think what you're trying to stuff like that he's really patient about, but stuff in life that he isn't. So I feel like he's saying not, if he gets into these moods because he's trying to kind of bait you a little bit, I want to say, just kind of say, "Oh, okay, honey, just take a couple of deep breaths. We'll talk about this later. Just calm down and relax." So seems radical. I don't know if that means that I'm overstating something, or if that's what you mean by it seems radical. But I feel like your mom is with you with that as well. So on that note, I know I can kind of feel that I'm getting burnt out too. So I want to leave my website for you. Yes, am I doing this right? Yeah, I think it's. Oh, all right. It's this, and then this. Anybody that's still watching and still interested, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you like what we're doing, by all means, please subscribe. The more the better, as far as that goes. And if you hit the bell, you get notified when I do free events like this. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're doing tarot time. So I'll do a little bit of a tarot spread for the week ahead and talk a little bit about tarot. Every Thursday, I release my videos. And congratulations to Chris, who won the little contest today. And hope to see you guys around. And thank you for being part of this tonight. So I have the next 2 days off from readings, and it's been a really busy week. So this was kind of my grand finale, and I think I'm going to sleep very good tonight as well. And thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming in. So we're gonna end the live stream for now. Stay safe. For those of you that were in on the beginning, if you want to do that little ceremony, feel free to do it. I may do that myself if I get motivated. I want to say you're welcome. I'm glad that it was spot on. That's what we like. I mean, I'm a human. I'm imperfect, but I know the spirit world is perfect. So if anybody got an error message, it's not them, it's me. Just to put that out there. All right, excellent. Be well, stay safe. This too shall pass. And I recommend to everybody, not just to Wendy's son, but everybody, long deep breathing, 3 minutes at a time, 2 to 4 days, 2 to 4 times per day is a magic formula. But when you do that, you breathe through your diaphragm and exhale from your diaphragm. So you fill your lungs with air, and you visualize or feel the rhythm of the universe around you. Everything is alive. Everything has energy. And the universe is high vibrations. You take that high vibration into your heart, and when you exhale, you release other people's energies, their stresses, their worries, the pandemic energy, the media, the politics. Release that with the exhale. On the inhale, draw that energy into your heart 2 to 4 times a day. It's going to make a difference over time, I promise you. And I'm going to leave you on that note. And thank you again for joining us this evening. And thank you to the spirit world. And thank you, Great Spirit, Mother, Father, God, for assisting us in this work this evening. And blessings. And very good. So I'm going to end now. This will be available as a video for some of you. I don't know how this works, but some people it's available immediately. Some people it's not available for 12 hours, but this will be available as a video. So thank you again. And this live thread is going to disappear. Although if you watch the video, you'll see the live thread also. The live thread, not live threat, live thread. But if you do watch the video, say hi and, comment and say hi and thank you again. So good night, everybody.